here, which is horrible lighting for me and a bad angle, but it's okay, because you guys, it's all about you guys anyway. So I'll try to read some of what you guys say, but I'm really just giving you the first hand to observe the podcast rather than being a part of it this time. I would though record this because you're going to hear a lot of tips that you probably wouldn't have heard anywhere else and things that you probably wouldn't have heard anywhere else. And then it goes live. When does this go live here? Tomorrow at what time? 2. Tomorrow at 2. And it will be on YouTube, SoundCloud, what else? So you can drive listening to this, Culture Feed.
iTunes.
And iTunes, so you can drive home listening to this if you don't know certain things about the industry.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Right. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of That's Law Podcast. I'm your host, Makudi Lee, along with my co-host.
What's up, everybody? It's DJ Schemes. That's Law Podcast, episode 40, and I call this.
What you call it?
I don't even know what to call it.
We don't know what to call it.
My man got so many entities, and
oh man,
he might as well be. He like the model whisperer. That's what he needs on his ass.
The model whisperer.
I'm trying to tell you, they flock through this guy right here.
I know, right. We've been bringing some people through, man. This interview we've been working on for a minute. Couldn't never coordinate it. Couldn't never coordinate it.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got to happen. Appreciate you for coming through. Yeah. We got Hassan Facet Studio in the building. I don't even know what to describe him as. Yeah. I'm gonna have him to describe himself. Who exactly is Hassan Facet Studio?
You know, I think at this point I'm an artist and a businessman.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Cause I don't really limit the art that I do. Like, you know, I do photography, I sing, I do videos. I manage a lot of people. I have a lingerie line that I designed as well. You know, so it's like if I just say that I'm one thing, then I've shot myself in the head.
What entrepreneur at in that?
I mean, I don't know why people actually really say entrepreneur, because I don't really feel like you ever work for yourself. I mean, you're working for yourself, but as soon as you take anybody else's bread for anything, you're working for somebody else. You know, so like if I work for myself, but if I get a Nike deal and I don't, contractually do what Nike said I needed to do to have that money, right. You know what I'm saying? Like then I'm working for Nike. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
So how do you keep up with doing all these things? Do you have a team? Is it just a small team? How does that work for real? Because you named a lot of things that I'm thinking in my head. Damn, could I handle 2 of those things? Much less he got like about 6 things on the team.
I do have a good team. I have people that I've been blessed to have in my life. You know, I got family. I got a strong core. But. Mukudi, you met my man Boubacar. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to him.
Yeah, Boubacar. My man Saif. I've had a lot of strong people like around me.
Saif,
Boubacar.
Yeah.
What kind of name is that? African?
Yeah, that's an African.
Yeah,
he a light skinned African.
Yeah, he is.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. He's from New York too.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't even know I met him at 16.
That's crazy.
Nah,
He's 16 when I met him.
I'd have lost that bet. Niggas tell me his name is Boubacar and he light-skinned African.
Nah, I didn't know. You know who told me he was African? Actually, Photo J told me he was African.
I'd have lost that bet for sure.
Yeah, he definitely African.
So you got a strong team, strong core.
I mean, and I don't. Well, for one, I think thoughts of multiple people, and I'm okay with that. So that a lot of people would say, "Oh, you jump around a lot," but I do jump around a lot. But I have very artistic thoughts, and the next minute if you're sitting with me I have very business oriented thoughts. Then I have like just very abstract thoughts, very deep thoughts, very cultural thoughts, but I push a lot of what I do through a lot of that. And if anybody knows me, they know I really don't sleep. And like I will, like the average person takes an 8-hour nap and they just imagine that part of their day is dead. But I've gone through so many different states and countries that the time zone changes so much, and the business that you end up doing with so many different people changes that you really can't sleep, and you end up living the lives of those different people. So you might be fasted by day, but at nighttime Tommy Incredible, and then you got to be a manager here in this state at this time. So it's it's just really just being on the go and taking like little quick power naps here, there, breaking up that 8 hours of sleep into like just a day, because that's how the world is now. It's like,
I want to rewind back just a quick second, man.
Yeah.
This almost feel like it's 360 full circle, because I remember, I don't even know how long I've been knowing you. It's been about 5 or 6 years now. But it's funny because I feel like it's full circle that we right back with, shout out Anwar Kong providing the space, culturefeed.co. We in the studio once again.
we've been here. Last time I was
Doing the
with
interview,
Kevin McCall.
Yeah,
Wait,
Kevin McCall and Autumn Joy.
and Autumn Joy.
Shout out to Autumn Joy, who's down in Raleigh, North Carolina, doing their thing now.
And that wasn't all I was who was here, because that's when the Treat Your Lady Right picture came about.
Yes! Shout her out.
Brianna, hey, she
You know,
Rihanna,
I keep
yeah,
my
she,
heels on. Rihanna, you know.
yeah, but Brianna, okay, she was in the studio, and where did that dare? No, I already had a viral picture. Okay,
Right.
I had a viral picture going around where it was a 69 position. I had a girl like this, right, and that one didn't say Treat Your Lady Right, but every celebrity
I
just
thought it was
kept.
Eat Your Lady Right.
No, that's the whole thing,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Every celebrity kept reposting that picture, right?
Okay.
Everyone was like,
And this
reposting
before
that picture.
Instagram, too.
This was Instagram, like, no, this was Twitter when everyone
Right.
was reposting that picture. Yeah. So like, Chopper was like big at the time. I remember he reposted the picture, and like just like everybody was like, reposting that picture. But then everybody, like a bunch of dudes, kept saying that it was them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I got kind of mad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Catfishing back then. Catfishing ain't new.
because you couldn't really see me. So I'm sending the picture of the people, right? And I'm like, yo, you can see my hairline, like, zoom in. Like, you can't tell that that's my brows. Like,
Oh,
but and I was like, yo, my tattoos, because I got like a dragon right here and some stars. And it was like, nah, that's not you. So then, for me, I also wanted to do another picture
Okay.
where people could see that it was me. So it
Right.
came
I
up in the
forgot about
studio
that.
that it was a dare. You know what I mean? Like, and you guys had dared, you dared her to do the shot.
No, I think that was Autumn. Don't put that.
I think it may have been Autumn or Autumn or you. One of y'all said that she wouldn't recreate
And
that
you met her
shot.
that day, right?
Yeah, we met that day at the studio. And it was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, somebody had to shoot the shot. To people, they think that you're just in the room. Like the first one was on the timer, but I was dating that girl at the time.
Right.
So it was on the timer. It was a dope shot. The other one, there was someone in the room at the time, so I was realistically pulling the girl's panties to the side, but it was still just for an artistic shot. Like everybody says, like, "Oh, were you eating her out on the shot?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, I'm a good. I become the moment. But then I saw this thing that said, treat your lady right, and it had the T and the R crossed out, and I was like, that's a dope concept just to put on that. And when I put it on that, it was another picture that went more viral. So right now, even y'all on here, if y'all type in, if you type in treat your lady right. And on Google, just on Google, and then go to images. Like I'm the first image that comes up.
Oh, you're the first image that comes out.
The first image.
Is it the one with her?
It's the one with her. Yeah. Hold on.
I'm looking at
If
this
one of y'all
shit.
got a phone, I want to show my live at the same time.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Go.
So that means when you type in "treat your lady right," I'm the first image you will see.
Did it come
You
out?
just seen it, motherfucker.
Yeah, right
I'm
there.
the first image you will see when you type in "treat your lady
Legit
right."
the first image.
This is legit
Yo,
the first image.
So if any
And
of you
that
guys
is
are not treating your lady right or eating your lady right, all right, I am the first image on Google. Type it in if you don't
She gonna be
believe
mad
me.
you blew a spot up again, but it's all good.
Yeah, but type it in if you don't believe me. Tommy Incredible, it started a long time ago, okay? And that's the problem, okay? And you're sitting there, well, I'm treating your lady right.
So wait a minute. That leads to a question though. So how long have you been in the photography image industry, and how'd you start?
I started with cameras and things like that since I was maybe 5 years old.
Okay.
I came up in a household where I was in a rap group
Okay.
and then singing.
What was the name of the
everything.
group?
Allah's Army.
Okay.
It was
Allah's.
it was
Okay.
it was a Muslim rap
Muslim,
group.
okay.
And that was started by my father and my mother. And but that teaches you showmanship. And then we had cameras and stuff like that before people had cameras, because cameras people only really have right now because they're on everybody's phone. You know?
Right.
So we had like cameras before people had cameras. And I would have to clean up my whole house to use the camera. You know what I mean? But it was a
That's
video
how the
camera
parents
at the
get
time.
you though.
Yeah. You want to use that camera now? I see it as, because I got kids of my own. So I see it now and I'm like, oh yeah, you want to use the camera? You know what I mean? Like, you know. So, but I would have to clean up the whole house, bathrooms, all that stuff, and I could use the camera. I stopped using cameras and stuff like that, dove into music, and then later on I needed pictures of myself, and I knew how to, you know, take pictures and frame it, but I knew nothing about photography. I remember the first shoot that I did, I had every house light in the house. Like every house light, dog. Like,
oh shit.
Like, oh, it's too much shadow here. Another, like, I'm finna burn the hell out of my sister too, because my sister, she had the same complexion as me, so I would have her stand on a box to like equal my height, you know, and I'd be like, okay, so if I stand here, she got similar to the same features, you know what I mean, like, and then she my same complexion, so and then we switch. All you gotta do is stand here and just keep clicking, you know what I mean, right? So then people would be like, who takes your pictures?
Okay.
And I'd be like, me, you know, but I started shooting, man, for like $50 for like, I think I'll shoot like 2 or 3 looks for like $50. It was something like ridiculously like stupid.
Now, was it you were shooting girls off the top?
Yeah, when I
$50?
first started shooting,
Okay.
I mean, because I never was about to just shoot just to just, you know what I mean, shoot. I could shoot my family to just learn the craft. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, I mean for real.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't really. I could shoot my family to learn the craft. If it was a person that was going to advance what I was shooting, then
Right.
that's cool. But if it's really just a trade-off, my time was worth more than your time here because the product ends up being for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So our time both canceled out when we created the product.
Right.
But after that product, I still got to go and edit and, you know what I mean, and correct this and everything. So that's an additional time. And if I can't even have that time worth $50, I ain't gonna get anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, let alone be able to survive to even continue learning my craft.
Okay.
Now, what I will say is, if I had somebody that was sponsoring my life at that time, if I didn't have to fend for so many people,
Right.
I would have shot those people for free. You know, just to shoot more people and be able to take more shots and learn more about different looks and all that stuff. Because why limit myself to the people that I am able to shoot? You know, so that's where that really started, and it's crazy.
What age was that? Kind of around.
I think I'm 21 there because I worked at Hollywood Video. I worked at Radio Shack. I sold cars for a while. Like,
he was a hustler for real.
yeah. No, I could really hustle anything.
Yeah.
Like absolutely anything. I could take your girl and sell her back to you. And I like in the same conversation, she ain't even moved. Hey yo, dog, I know she's still in your arm.
Disrespectful.
But
So
But so at the same time.
I'm just playing. Women are not objects at all. And I need to make that statement because
Right.
people will take a snippet, reform what the fuck you say. This is him. Forever.
Exactly.
So yeah.
No, that shit go.
Anyway, but no. So no, I started doing photos, man, for a while, and it's crazy because that's another part of why I think that my photos ended up better than a lot of people, because I didn't have enough bread, so I was making do with what I had to even learn that craft and everything, and I would shoot a transgender person, or you know what I mean, or a big girl or anything like that, because I was just really just learning my craft, you know, and I would have to make a big girl sometimes want to look like she's size 1, and I would have to do that, you know what I mean, like, but that's where it was. Yo, but then the problem was I went through a phase where people was like, yeah, man, but we can't trust your models, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's what they would say. You know what I mean? Like, no, they would really say that, like, yo, they don't be looking like that in person, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so then I started making it a real thing. Like, you know, quality control was a major thing, and it wasn't a fact of, you know, my personal outlook on
beauty.
Beauty at the time. It was really being a victim of sorts, but also understanding marketing, and marketing always makes you a victim of understanding what people desired at the time, or at least what they thought that they desired. So then the type of girls that I would shoot would be a certain type of way, but lo and behold, that got me into magazines. And my mental actually was, if I shoot some of the dopest girls are hanging around all the, you know what I mean, the larger people.
Right.
And when they showing the dopest shot they got, it's gonna be my shot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Makes sense.
and so like everything focused around that. Like, I was an Android person only because they had the best screen.
I'm still an Android person.
Yeah.
Shout out to Android.
No, my God.
Shout out to that.
Then I was an iPhone person because they had the best screen. You know what I mean? Like, so then it was just, if I was in a place, where could I show you my pictures like that fast? But it's crazy because I don't, like, times have changed all of that. You know what I mean? Like, we don't honestly do magazines now.
Right.
We don't look for one shot in your phone to show you. I can tell you, pull up my Instagram. You know, so it's a different way. Even marketing came about, but I was shooting all of the dopest girls, so then my work spread around like that. I started connecting with Marcus with Blackman Magazine and Jay from Dime Piece at the same time, and they both wanted to shoot me, like me to shoot exclusively.
Right.
And then I started working with K Slade with Straight Stunting Magazine, and so I was really shooting like all of these magazines. Hey Sarah, shout out Sarah. I was shooting all of these magazines at the same time. And by way of that, I was getting a lot of people into magazines. You know, like, this is Twitter days before you could really like get people in magazines. But I wasn't just trying to shoot. My purpose in shooting was I knew what this magazine looked for, and I know what this magazine looked for. You know, and I know what this magazine looked for. So again, I'm shooting the beauty that, not that I actually think, is just more so my marketing mind of how these people's market is, or how they personally think.
So supply and demand for real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always that. It's always
So
that.
you talked about it, right? So how has the industry changed within the past years, right? Going from magazines to the digital social media platform. And do you think that's good or bad?
I think it's amazing.
Me too.
I think
Go
it's
ahead.
amazing because it pushes people to really have quality nowadays. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people think that the quality has lacked.
I'm just getting ready to say that.
And it has lacked for the masses of people. But the masses of people ain't on. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Like, they still in the audience the exact same way. They're just the audience with doper pictures.
Right.
But we have doper phones and we have doper equipment. But the people that are really serious about their craft, those people have much better quality to their work than somebody else. Like, for instance, I see women nowadays, they have a photo shoot every day. I managed Lyra for 4 years.
Right.
Over those 4 years, I think I did 4 photo shoots on her, and I released 3. Because what the fuck are we doing photo shoots for every day? You know what I mean? Like, there's a quality to why I shot each shot. This shot is going to, you know, it's a little bit more ass, more breast, your skin's more shiny, it's going to push you into the industry a certain way. It's an eye popper type of shot. So you can't scroll by this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But later on, there's a different industry that you'll have to maneuver yourself into, that those same type of images are going to hinder you. You know, so now I shot a shot of her, you know, oh, we're going to shoot this black and white. And I don't give a fuck if it has a 100 million likes or if it has 10,000 likes. My point of it wasn't to shoot that particular shot for the masses. It was to shoot it for the casting director that still thinks this particular kind of way and has to see an image that looks something similar to what they think. You know what I mean?
Right,
So when I see girls shoot every day, I'm like, what the fuck are you shooting for every day? And by way of that, girls try to compete with other girls, and so they want images every fucking
All
day.
the time. So some very vain shit, it seems like.
Yeah,
And
but
it's not,
it
they're not
waters
thinking about
down
it
your
as like a
brain.
business. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's just on some personal shit.
Exactly.
That makes sense. I saw something one time they were saying like, yo, you want to know what's important to somebody, look at the pictures they post. You know what I'm saying? So I always catch them girls that every picture is them every day, like clockwork. It's just like, yeah.
But then you would also see that certain things that they post with, you know, with certain things that they post with are the same exact thing though.
Yeah.
You know, so like if a girl posts with some new Christian Louis Vuitton sneakers, she only does that if she doesn't own a bunch of pair. You know what I mean? If she owns a bunch of pair, she don't post with that. You know what I mean? So it's still by way of what's important to them.
Right. Makes sense. Okay. So how did you, I mean, like, How did you really?
Oh wait, not to cut you off, but just to finish what you were saying though. The reason why it pushes the quality though is because now, because everyone's shooting every day, and now that everyone at the base level is a photo shoot now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A photo shoot becomes standard. Now it becomes what type of photo shoot. Now you have to have some real quality to your images to stick out. Mm. So it's like when a person shoots an image that looks exactly like some shit I shot like fucking 3 years ago, that's cool and all, but you just set yourself to a base level because that's old and everybody else is doing it too. So like literally everybody right now shoots on gray. Look, a couple of years ago, everybody shot on colors. Nothing but colors. Purple background, pink, yellow, orange, green. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But as I started moving into a higher levels in the industry, they wasn't shooting on purple, pink, yellow. So I started shooting on white. You know what I mean? Just clean white. That was it. You know, because when you're low level here, you shoot on white. Here you experience all of this creativity only to bring you back to how to shoot this shot and still show all your creativity. Mm. You know what I mean? Like so that's really what it is. And then, you know, so industry standard, they really have white, black, gray. But urban shots really never use these things, you know, because we're very flashy, you know, just in our culture. We want to shoot with the car, with the chain on, with the girl and the Louis Vuitton bag, you know what I mean? Right. But we don't understand why we shot that shot, you know? Like, I tell a girl, if you're marketing you and that car's doper than you, you just now took away from your shot
all the time. I say that like, all the time.
But they be like, so you just want to shoot me off? Yes, I want to figure out a way to make you look as gorgeous as you can possibly look and nothing else. When a person sees you, all I want them to say is, wow, she looks amazing. Nothing else. I don't want them to say, damn, I want to fuck that hoe. Because now you're not going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
unless you fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't want them to even say she's so dope. Because what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, in a realm where they cast gorgeous women, I want them to say, oh my God, she's gorgeous. No matter what it was. I had to highlight to their hair, make the eyes glow slightly, the arm turned out a little. Whatever is going to give you the notion that she's just a gorgeous girl and effortlessly gorgeous, sorry. But the thing about that is because nowadays everyone's so posed that if posy looks become standard, the girl that looks like she's just chilling and super gorgeous is going to be the one that's like, damn, but who's this? You know what I mean? Like, so the quality ends up having to be in different things. You see quality as far as creativity goes, quality as far as execution goes, quality as far as final product goes, and quality sometimes in the amount of giving yourself or giving the audience you without burning out a certain type of thing. You know, like for instance, if you see like Cardi B, right? It takes a lot to be a Cardi B. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I know that because I've been on both sides. No, okay. Cardi B and I haven't shot yet. Okay. But
you said yeah.
No. Yeah, because you know she's has a very dope wave right now. You know, and I don't particularly know if it matches exactly what my wave is. Right. But she's on her wave to the top, and I know that my wave is to the top as well. And people like that, we'll meet all of the time. We was in London. We was in London, both hosting 2 different parties at the same hotel. You know what I mean? But that's by way of just, you know, you're just moving at the same time. Like the promoters out here know who's big out here, you know, so you're gonna keep seeing yourself, you know, around people like that. But what I was saying is, most people have writers, and then they have time to prep, and then they have, you know, off season and all of this. These models nowadays, they do not have an off season. What off season? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, a Halle Berry can make the movie, do the promo run. The movie does what it does. The Hollywood studios do what it does. When it comes out to DVD, they'll remarket it again. They'll remarket it again. They'll remarket it again. They'll remarket her pictures again. If these girls go 2 days without posting, they're calling. Like, yo, you die? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just checking because, you know, I liked one of your pictures, but it was from 2 days ago, though. You know, you gonna post anything? You know, so you gotta have quality. Like, you gotta be funny every day. You gotta have dope music every day. You gotta have dope pictures every day. That's why all of these girls wearing these lace wigs now. You know what I mean? Like, no, it all has correlation to each other.
Right.
Because girls normally would never have to press their hair like that. You know what I mean? Like every fucking day, multiple times a day, I got to do my makeup. I got to press my hair. Girls never been as good as makeup as they are at this day and age.
So social media helped that.
What? Not only are they seeing the competition, they got to keep up with it every fucking day. You know what I mean? So they can't come out with their brows looking stupid. Someone is going to be immediately, bitch, if you don't fix these McDonald brows. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you end up being actually an expert in a lot of things. That not just the teenagers, but the models, the whole industry that we have is now becoming more keen in marketing, as well as music, as well as other things. So like to your credit of you saying that things have dumbed down, imagine this, and this isn't to blow up the spot on Drake, right? But imagine Drake.
Right.
He comes out, Drake is an excellent lyricist.
Right.
I mean, you really don't know a song from Drake that you're gonna say like I don't like. Like you may say this is my favorite, this is my favorite. You're not gonna say, man, this is shit. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing about it is when he came out, very lyrical and a lyricist, but that's the market at that time.
Right.
You know what I mean? The market at this time, and especially when you have like artists and like, I'm not saying that he's in the 360 deal, but you have artists that are like that. 360 deals are structured because it's not the album that makes the money now.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so many other things. So if you're a Drake, why the fuck I'm finna take all this time being lyrical? You know?
Right.
Why don't I break up my lyrical content and it's still gonna be better than these motherfuckers? You know what I mean?
Right.
And rap it, give them one verse over a whole song now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I can, off the rip, nigga rip, you and your clip. You know what I'm saying? Like, rather than the old why do I feel so alone when everybody passing through the studio. You would never, everybody break up bars, put out a whole bunch of songs, put out a whole bunch of videos because YouTube's gonna pay you, because SoundCloud's gonna pay you, because Spotify's gonna pay you. You know what I mean? So it's like, so you have to keep up with the content and the audience that is now getting used to seeing motherfuckers every day, or they don't think that you even exist.
That's funny because one of the things that Anwar always says about music is he say music sell everything but itself now. So artists have to find
no, but
ways
the point of music is not to sell music,
Yeah.
though, and it's really never been. You know, but artists are just learning that music isn't made to sell music. That's why artists always going broke, and these CEOs ain't going broke because the artists really think that it's about music.
Right.
Like models really think that they're important on the set. No, and this is no, and it's crazy. But everybody who's on the set knows you are the least important person. And it's not because you're a model.
Right.
The actor thinks they're the most important person on the
Right.
set, but everyone on the set knows you're the least important person than everybody here. And if you think about it, like, think about all the artists that came under, like, Jimmy Iovine. Where the fuck is Jimmy Iovine going?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not going nowhere.
He's entrenched.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just there.
Right.
You did 2 billion, you did 4 million. I don't give a fuck what your name is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did this amount of numbers and you're expendable. And sets are the same type of way because by the time that the model even arrives on a video set that they go, I need this, I need that, no, I need that. Nigga, crew been there 6 hours.
Before you even got there.
Crew been there 6 hours. This production was paid for before you got here. Crew been here 6 hours before you got here. We had a cast member before you got here. We had a model to replace you before you got here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really like that. So it's crazy when people come and they have this crazy sense of hubris about their craft, and that's what let me know something about my craft too. Even like where certain things begin to slip and not, because I do take more time than the average person to return something. Mm-hmm. But when I do that, what is the return? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you get some shit that you post for a day and tomorrow it's old? Or do you get some shit like Drea's picture and 4 years later she posted again and it's again the biggest picture on her page? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So how do you repost a picture again with half of the face cut off on it and again it did the largest numbers on your page? Because it was shot and even at the time I said everybody's wearing all of this makeup, slave face, all of this type of stuff. If you don't wear the makeup on the shoot, the audience will react to that. They'll see it as being larger, as being more timeless. And if you see there's a picture that floats around where her hair was down because it came curled, I was actually upset that it was curled because I was like, I don't want it done at all. Mm-hmm. Like I want you to look like you just woke up and you was that fine. You know what I mean? Like, you took one shot from me and was like, I'm out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And honestly speaking, she shot that whole thing in like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, that, Drea shoots the fastest I know anybody to shoot. Like, she knows exactly what she wants, and she's sick of shooting about 10 minutes into the shoot, period. Right. So she knows exactly what she's gonna shoot. But when she putting the hair up, that image went everywhere because it was different, again, than whatever was at the time. So it's about taking the time, yes, of course, to put out the quality of work, but it's also understanding where you're actually making money at. You know what I mean? Like, and as an artist, if you think I'm just gonna make the album and I'm done, no, you're not done. You know what I'm saying? Like, or no one's gonna know you, nigga. Now you need a Baywatch, you need a new car that we see. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you gotta get in a fight at the stage. But why are you doing all of these things? Just so you can stay in the know on blogs, because that's where we're going to actually look for you. Like, no, come on, man. Half of our community didn't even know that Ye's. No, what makes a person a go-to photographer, though? That's
I guess y'all were the guys to go to if you wanted to be in Straight Stuff, if you wanted to be in Black Man, if you wanted to be in Smooth.
And shout out to all of these things. I was a part of those 5 photographers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
actually, Charles from out here was another one of those photographers. Like,
he the one that actually said it. Shout out to IC. Yeah, but he wasn't hating. He was just saying
no. Charles is a very educated photographer. You know what I mean? And everybody has somebody that they dislike. So when I hear people say something negative, and I haven't heard Charles say anything negative about somebody, I don't take it in stride. You know, but I mean, I take it in stride. I don't take it like, you know, for like that's your character. You know. But anyway, Charles always been like A1 and never been like catty. You know what I mean? Like, but again.
Paul's a man. Should never be catty.
No. But a lot of guys are catty though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see something.
Who back? What photographers is that?
You know, I'm gonna tell you something.
All right.
Something that I learned is if you are the people that you group yourself to.
Okay.
So the people that I feel like are catty towards me, and especially unjust, I would never mention their name because they'll never stand next to me. Not a fucking day in their life. They'll never stand next to me. Okay. So I would never even mention them in the same sentence as me because in marketing and what I know in marketing, I wouldn't want to fucking write up with them being written up in the same sentence as me. So why mention them? You know what I mean? I want you to hear, Facet Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So when the write-up comes up, Facet Michael Jackson, and that's what you see on the internet. Oh, Facet Michael Jackson. What's he doing with Michael? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to hear Facet trash or what's he doing with trash. You know? But what I was saying is I think that those were go-to photographers as far as keys to get you into those certain doors. But now let's be honest, magazines as a door of getting on is closed, right? Yes, so absolutely. When you're saying to who's a go-to photographer, especially with social media and social media being so vast, it's go-to for what? Because I'm not a go-to photographer for everybody.
Right.
Go-to for what? You know what I mean? Like if you're a dancer in a club and your purpose is to be the dancer in the club, I'm not the go-to photographer.
In a booty club?
Yeah. Like I'm not the go-to photographer. You know what I mean? If you dance in a club and you have sex appeal and all of that, but your goal is to have some images that even will get you more paid in the club, not looking like, you know what I mean, the dancer, and paid on other endeavors, well then I might be a go-to photographer. But I'm not going to take the picture of you.
Shout out to Ask My Will just fucking the studio.
As soon as he walks in this bitch.
Yeah. But I'm not going to take the picture of you with your back arched and oil dripping down your ass with a lollipop.
With your stripping heels on?
No, I'm not going to. But I would have at a time. You know what I mean? But that was, again, that's what a magazine would have wanted. There was no way that a girl could have been naked with no heels on. Now, look back at why girls started taking them heels off in pictures. And who do you think's images you're going to see first? Because again, it was like, what? This don't make sense to the shot. Right. You know what I mean? Like, why are these heels on in every fucking shot? And every girl will come to every shoot with red bottoms on. I'm like, but why? You know what I mean? Lingerie is a more intimate type of thing, you know? And it seems more natural and earthy if you don't have the heels on in this shot. It appeals to as if you're trying to sell more sex with the heels, because that's a sexual notion. She kept the heels on. You know what I mean? That's an automatic sexual notion. You're not going to see a girl like something that you would see and think natural, like a girl with a big fro, you know, and she's covering her body like this, in the wild somewhere with, I don't know, a fucking camel and some red bottom heels. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Go
it's
on
like,
the beach.
Right.
yeah, or on the beach. And so
Yeah.
it starts to say like, so where did these heels actually start to make sense? There are shots where they do make sense.
Right.
But the problem is, again, people don't understand their marketing, so they try to be fashion and they want to keep up whatever is in fashion, the red bottom heels or the Gucci bag or this, that, and the other. But then they want to be sexy and they want to keep up whatever's sexy and they want to be blinged out because they want to keep up with the glitter and glams that they see in the videos and in the club. Rather than understanding exactly what your audience wants and who's cutting the check at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Whoever's cutting the check, that's who you should be, you know, giving that look for.
Exactly.
But it's so crazy how people want to keep up so much with everything that's going
That's
on.
a
It's
part of social media.
Like,
too,
yeah, man,
man.
the water.
you can kill yourself with that
Right,
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Come off frame. Yeah, with social media?
Yeah, like trying to keep up with everybody. Just like, yo, and you remember when we posted, I think we both posted that shit one time when we was like, yo, something about wearing the clothes, I'll wear the same clothes again because I bought this shit.
Yeah.
Or some shit like, you know what I'm
So you
saying?
can't
Like,
wear the same outfit
and I'll
twice.
post it again. I'm like,
Alright,
what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
First
my
off,
shit.
I just want you to know, I don't give a fuck about what an audience thinks. Okay, no, and the reason why is because audiences are fickle. They will go with whatever the fuck you tell them that they'll go with, and they don't want to believe that. But the beliefs that they have are all beliefs that have been marketed to them. I'll say one, and then everybody, even on my live here, can ponder this. Every girl's eyebrows right now is drawn as a remnant of Kim Kardashian's eyebrows. You can believe it or you cannot believe it. There was actually a time that it was the Kardashian brow. It was like marketed to you, the Kardashian brow. And if you look at early 90s, late 90s videos, any of those before the big rise of Kim Kardashian in the 2000s, right? Look at every girl's eyebrows. They are all thin, all of them. Now you know I do makeup as well, so I pay attention to all of this. They're all thin. Go back, look at an old Mariah Carey video. Look at Mariah Carey now. You'll be like, damn, her eyebrows got thicker. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's actually a trait of the type of nationality that Kim Kardashian is. You know, they actually grow thicker brows.
Right.
But when the mainstream media is marketing to you that this is the most beautiful woman in the world, whether or not she is, you know, if they're, because I mean, for one, everybody knows I like, you know, sisters. But anyway, but whether or not she is, if the mainstream
That's
media,
law too with the sisters. I do too, man.
That's law.
That's law.
Will
endorses that.
But if the mainstream media is marketing to you that this is the most beautiful woman in the world,
Right.
by way of that, when you start to see remnants of you in the mirror looking like this, or someone does your brows or something like this, you feel gorgeous as well because you feel like what they've been marketing to you as beauty, you know? So if they're saying that the most beautiful woman is, you know, the girl with the biggest ass, everyone's going to start wanting a bigger ass. Now, note, because I started to understand whether or not, you know, everyone sees it, what my role actually has in the industry. I was the first one started saying, nah. And everybody would say, but you manage a lot of girls with big ass breasts.
Right.
Like Lyra could even tell you when Lyra got her breasts, I tried to talk Lyra out of getting her breasts for 2 years.
Right.
For 2 years. And I was like, everyone, at this point, as incredible as you are, you know, with your ass to body ratio, it's actually very common for women in our culture, Latin or urban, Latin or, you know, some type of African descent or anything like that. Right. It's common in our culture, you know, smaller top and large bottom. Right. I said, once you get these breasts, people don't know if you got your waist tucked in or this or that and the other, and they begin to wonder, and it says something to the culture as well. So when you start to think that all of these girls that are on have large breasts and they waist snatched and all of this type of shit, you again don't feel pretty unless you do, you know. And the first person that I started trying to work with in lieu of that was a girl named Cleopatra. And if anyone looks her up, Mariah Bias, very, you know, everyday type of body that she has. It was like everyday sexy.
I remember her.
You know?
Worked with her for a short period of time. Right?
Yeah, I worked with her a short period of time just because of how our personalities work, you know. And then I had Kamaya Adams, and you know, Kamaya Adams isn't known for breasts or ass or anything like that.
Shout out to her. She lives in the DMV area.
Yeah, shout out to Kamaya Adams.
She would be right.
And I told her, and she'll say the same thing. You know, that I said before then, this is where it will go to. You know what I mean? And it will, and it's not even it's not even the fact of beauty. It's the fact that our beauty at a time could only be shown through over exaggeration. And that's not to say that if a woman has a super large ass, it's an over exaggeration of our culture, but that's the only thing that you see as beauty, makes it an over exaggeration of what is beauty in our culture. You know. So then I started working with a lot of girls that was like that. I mean, Raven, she has, you know, wider hips. She actually doesn't have like a stupid ass or anything like that, and her breasts were natural. When I stopped working with her, she got you know, her breasts done, but when she got her breasts done, even she, you know, sees certain things about the industry and how the industry, you know, led her into doing certain things or feeling certain ways. So now, what do you see when you see a picture of a model with another model and they say, which one do you like better? They say, oh, this one because she natural.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but it used to be, oh, this one because she got a bigger ass.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And what started changing, we'll start looking at the campaigns that we started doing with the Kente Keenies, with the models that you start seeing at the top. You know what I mean? The models that you see a curator in the industry, and there is nobody that's larger than me as far as there is nobody larger than me.
That's law. State that brag.
That's law. You know, as far as the culture goes.
Okay.
Because there's nobody that you could
Pushing the
even
culture.
put in the list of a photographer that you could say, when this person shot this all changed. Now think about that. You know what I mean? Like when you see me shoot so many campaigns of darker skinned women, like from even when Miracle came out, Miracle's the darkest woman in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And who pushed her out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember
Like,
when you ran that campaign.
that I managed her for a year and a half of her coming out. You know what I mean? We actually dated for a year and a half. That's what drove me fucking crazy. But you know, you see Miracle. And when Lyra came out, Lyra was considered to be brown skinned, like one of the browner girls in the industry. You know, Lyra ain't even really brown skinned, you know? And then, you know, you see Raven, you see Bria, you see the work I do with Bernice, you see, like I said, the Kente Keene things that my brother and his wife Dunny, you know, also worked very hard in putting together just like darker skinned models, because it's kind of like almost like a forgotten beauty at the time. Now it's not. But that's even like when you see with the lingerie line. When I started with brown, where do you see brown lingerie? Brown is a gorgeous color, and the lingerie that I have is not just plugging it, but it's, you know, it's dope in the browns that we got. But if you go in any Victoria's Secret or Fredericks, they don't have any brown lingerie. It's again, it's like a forgotten color.
Right.
You know what I mean? But because they're not marketing for what looks good on you. You know what I mean? Like, they're not marketing for you at all. They're marketing for what looks good to the people that are designing it. And the people that are designing, they're not your complexion. So
That makes a lot of sense. So can you talk about, I know we talked about a lot of models, but could you talk about like some of the, I guess I would say early failures and early success of you being in the, you know, the photography industry?
I don't have
and
any
things like
failures. None.
Okay.
Absolutely
None.
no failures. And that's the thing. I am golden as far as what it is that I do, because I have things that have hindered me. And they've hindered ideas and notions that I've already had and knew. It's like, for instance, if you know that something that, if you, I don't know, let's say that you know that 2 + 2 is 4. You know that. And everyone around you keeps saying that it's not, but you know that it is, you know? And then you say, all right, man, fuck it. Y'all do your own thing. And then that 3 that y'all kept pushing, y'all come back and say, damn, it was 4. That's not a failure to me. It's still something that I knew. You know, you just hindered me from being able to accomplish it at that time. That's
Okay.
it. You know what I mean? So, and Makudi could attest to this. You're not going to run across an idea that I have that is a failure idea. I tell you a lot of ideas before I even put them out.
You do?
Have you ever seen one that was a failure?
Not off the top of my head.
No, dig deep in your head.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Not off the top of my head. It's not ringing the bell. It's not ringing the bell. Not ringing the bell.
And it won't ring a bell. There's no bells to be rung. but that's also the reason why I have so much, like all of the models that publicly I've had something negative with, I'm back again, and I've done mistakes, but I haven't had failures. You know what I mean? We've all do mistakes, but I don't have no failures. Nothing in me has failed. And plus, I think that I don't even I don't see this level in my career as even a level. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just see me like, I don't even think of this as a platform even in my career. So to say that I failed at something would mean that I've already stopped going at the same thing that I'm going at.
So let me ask you this though, because we talked about photographers, right? Are there other photographers you see their work and you be like, I like that shot.
Yeah,
I like his or her work.
Of course.
Like,
if you can't see other people's work and think that it's dope, and
so who work do you like? Like, so who do you look at? And you like, dope. I like them. I like what they doing. I like their movement.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. His work is impeccable.
Have you ever collabed with another photographer?
No, because everything else at best just gives me an inspiration for something. And the work that a lot of people even see isn't even like work that I even see as even my dopest work. It's work that I'm in a constraint of a client that I have to get, like I said, sometimes dumb down the imagery so the audience understands it. But if a photographer was new, I'd take a lot of stuff from a lot of people in execution and a lot of things. Like, for instance, there was a time that my pictures were extremely clean. Like, extremely clean.
Yeah.
Because I know how to make a picture extremely clean.
Right.
But I would look at photographers who shoot very gritty and I'm like, man, I think that's real dope. You know what I mean? Like, the way that shadow is not perfect and shit like that creates the point of a shot. And I take from that, letting me know that even in this clean shot that I know that people want, don't be so posy. You know what I mean? Because they don't want that. But they want the feeling that photographer gave in that gritty shot, but they want it to be executed in a perfect manner that if a person was technically sound would have known. So it's kind of like that's why a lot of our directors have white DPs on set. It's not because we need
pause. Let everybody know DP is so they know we're not talking about the adult industry.
In layman's term, it's the person that would basically direct the visual or how things have to be how things have to be technically on set. So your DP would handle all of the technical aspects and say, oh, this would have to stay within, this realm. And the person who's handling, or the master usually of the cinematography, is the person that's going to handle the colorization or the feel of this type of thing. And we normally don't handle a lot of those things, even though we have visuals of how we see it. It's like a lot of us are so talented that we won't take the time to learn that there still is a technical aspect that meets certain things. Like, we're at a radio show right now, but we know that in voice, voice is supposed to be, if voice is at 80, the music's supposed to be no higher than 60, but that's at blasting, that's the max, Right. But another person say, man, fuck that, it sounds good in here. You have no idea what it sounds like out there,
Right.
And that this has already been tested on a bunch of different platforms. And here's another thing. I brought an S550, right? Okay. The music in there is cool, but I still
Silent Brad?
Huh?
Silent Brad?
No. I've had a lot of cars. I've had a lot of cars. Actually, I would feel like a dummy in buying the S550, but in the S550, I don't pay for nothing cash. So when people say like, cash, oh no, that was just another shit that just built up some credit for the shit that I have to do. So I literally buy cars like, I know I can pay that car off in a year. All right, so if I can pay it off in a year, I know in worst case scenario, it's not going to start hurting my credit. So I can have, this car, trade it, and whatever. The point of it was that I wanted doper sound in the car, right?
Okay.
And I just wasn't used to the quality of sound that it actually had, because the way that the car is, if you drive fast, the audio is going to expand through certain, speakers.
That's certain
settings, and the Asian man that was there, he's like, everybody there is like, yeah, man, blast this motherfucker, all this kind of shit. Asian dude was like, man, I'm not going to fix your car with those speakers, you
Right.
know, because they've already tested all of this for that. They know exactly how it is. And after I drove it around for a while, I was like, it's a pretty damn good sound to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, but here's the thing. That car, I don't even give a fuck about a car. I'm out of town most of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just another car that adds to an impression that you have. So imagine that I have the impression that I'm able to afford an S550, and the first thing that I did is put all of these fucking speakers in it. It makes it seem like this is my prized possession. I ain't fucking put no wheels on the car. And even when I was dating Miracle, I had a fucking 745. And she would say, this black on black piece of shit. I wouldn't even fucking clean the shit. 'Cause I didn't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a little bit of hood in me, like, you know, like, yo, where I come from, I seen the 745 and I wanted it, you know, and I got it, you know. And then, you know, again, even when I think about an S550, it's like a drug dealer car again, you know what I mean? Like, it's a drug dealer corporate car.
Right.
And I just wanted it because it was a drug dealer corporate car. And I'm not gonna lie, I said I'm gonna get a Bentley before the end of the summer. I'm gonna get a Bentley before the end of the summer. And I don't know why, but I just wanna get those out of my plate because I got bigger things in my head. And I don't wanna have even those aspirations in these larger things. I wanna know the things that's the last of my little bucket list of that life. And I wanna know none of that fucking life meant anything. Hanging out with the baddest girls, I wanted to do that, I've done that. Partying every night, I wanted to do that, I've done that. Driving nice cars, I wanted to do that, I've done that. And none of it really means nothing to solidifying residual income that is going to be beneficial so you truly don't have to work. Because I have no aspirations to be working at 40, 50 years old. You know, I really want to be, by the time I'm 31 right now, by the time I'm 35, I have no aspirations to see anything. I don't mind getting 20 cents from the dollar to calculate that 20 cents without ever stepping foot anywhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Make
Like,
money in your sleep.
yeah. No, I mean, but for real. Like,
Right.
hey, listen, I don't even mind paying you
Right.
the extra $100K a year to take all these fucking headaches.
Right.
As long as I got this without thinking, cool. And then I'll go over here and do it again and again and again. Now I got the dollar. You know, I just had to do that 5 times. Cool. And if I do that 5 times, which I will, before, you know, the time I'm 35, I'll be the rest of my motherfucking life sitting on just crazy ass paper. And my whole thing is, where's Hassan at? Is he on? No, he's on the fucking beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been on the beach for a month. I know. We can't get him to leave that fucking beach. He pays for people to just heat him all day, and he has the money to do it, you know? And that's what I really would do.
And before he gets into this question, where are you from? Because you was talking about the hood.
I'm from Compton.
So you're from Compton, really?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
So I stayed everywhere in Compton.
Straight
Went to
out
Compton
Compton.
High, Dominguez High. If you're from Compton, you definitely know
Dominguez
where I am.
produce a lot of basketball players and athletes, don't they?
Dominguez produced me.
So,
So that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
No. Dominguez produced. Tyson Chandler definitely came from
I thought
Dominguez.
he did.
Yeah. And then, fuck, I don't know why his name slips my mind right now.
That's
And
cool.
he's like one of the head people in the NBA. He came from Compton High.
Okay.
Fucking it starts with a D.
You hoop too, right?
Yeah. I can ball. I'm actually amazing. Nobody tried to test me. Okay, my step back jumper is amazing. It's amazing.
You can still dunk, right? Can you still dunk?
I
Still
can
dunk?
dunk. Yeah, I can dunk
Oh,
all that
shit.
shit. No, I can
I get this man
I
in
can
the
really
charity
ball.
game or something. I can
really
play ball too and shit. I ain't dunking though. I give you a nice little layup, fancy ass
I
layup.
can really ball. But the problem with charity games is they're supposed to be like, you know, as far as like as exposition, you know, but some people be serious. It'd be like one or two people that be like,
Yeah.
like really trying to fuck you up. Yeah. I'm like, my nigga, I got shit to do tomorrow. I'm not actually getting paid,
Facts.
you know,
Facts.
for this. So
I feel like I did the last charity game I think last year, and I feel like I think it was like the fourth quarter it got stupid real because you know it's bragging
Yeah,
rights.
yeah,
They like
yeah.
that bragging rights shit, and I was like just trying to chill. But then they had me and Steve-O go against each other. So Steve-O come down do a move, then I gotta come back and do a move. But
I
and
just
then all of a
played
sudden
in the celebrity game too.
it just get real.
I gave the ball to Jeff Garcia. That's pretty dope. No, yeah, because you know I
The
thought
quarterback?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I just thought, hey, there's a lot of very rich people that would pay to have their kids like, oh, Jeff Garcia threw a couple, you know, to my son,
Right.
because I could do that, and I just thought, damn. I did that, and I have pictures with, you know, all that. And I just thought about what that means to, like, my kids. Like, right now, it's like, to them, I'm a loser dad. Unless like my son, I'm in the studio with Genesis, right?
Okay.
And we go, and I bring my son, and we just laugh. My son, 15. I see a message in his phone. I was never cool until this moment. He said, I guess my dad is cool. You know, he knows Genesis, you know.
Right.
Like, I said, what the fuck?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, because you taking too long over there.
Yeah.
You getting more box now that you popping, like super popping, or you was getting more box like when you just fresh out, just savage with it?
Honestly speaking, if I had to think of like that, is definitely when I was like fresh and new, because it was like you could be more wild than like now.
Yeah.
Now my brand is intrinsically tied into my current money and my future money. You know, so before I could do something wild, spur of the moment, crazy parties and 10 girls a night and it's wild and all of this kind of shit. And I do still have some nights that are like that. But it's not like,
Especially when you come to DC.
I don't know what you're talking about. But
DC a wild city.
I have no clue what this means. But no, it's not wild and open like that too. Because honestly, man, some women are fucking crazy.
That's true too. That's true too. That's true too.
Women scare me more than any fucking thing in life.
Mm.
Because here's the thing. Like, imagine if you and I get into it in any type of way, the end result is it's going to turn chess or physical.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even the physical is going to have a chest to it. Okay, I whooped your ass. Okay, the nigga might be looking. And what's the thing? He may have a weapon. That's all you're really thinking. You know?
Yeah. Well, you tend to think that you have a weapon.
Yeah, but I'm saying you wouldn't think, yeah, that nigga finna hit my baby mama and tell her, you know what I'm saying? And tell her, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, bitch, I'm really over here and fuck up my whole court situation I got going on. You know what I'm saying? And then keep showing up to my landlord's house, you know, every day until they ask me, can I move? But a woman will do things like that. You know what I'm saying?
He's not lying though.
Nah, he not lying.
So dudes do not scare me, because like Tyrone ain't finna get his ass whooped and show up to your landlord every day. He whooped my ass, and I want him put out of this building. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna happen.
Right.
So it's like women have a way, dog, of just.
So, me and Makudi always talk about this, but so you got a model.
Yeah.
Whenever she wanted you to shoot her, you shoot her. Okay. There's some kind of attraction in the room.
Yeah.
Shoot going down. You end up fucking. Do you still charge her?
Alright.
Does she never get her pictures back?
I do.
That's always the $1 million question.
I do want to say this. First off, I can't recall any time that's ever happened. Okay, and that's not to say that it has or hasn't. It's to say that my recollection only extends to certain things. Now,
Right.
with that being said, I would think that business and personal are not supposed to mix. And that is not to say that you can't do business with a person and have personal relations with a person. It means they don't fucking mix. You understand? So your personal has no leverage to the business.
So you gave me the box, but you still
And
got to
your
give me that
business
bread.
has no leverage to the personal.
Gotcha.
Because if it does, what does that honestly say about you? You understand what I'm saying? Like what does it say about you as the whatever you are in your business? You know what I mean? And what does it say about the person? Does it say that in 11 years my craft is worth somebody having sex with me? Is that to say that at the stature that I've gained, I can't have a person have sex with me without that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then at the stature, does that mean that it's actually you having sex with me or me having sex with you? Which one is actually the more memorable story right now? You know what I mean? Like, and that's not even to say in a, you know, oh bitch, I'm this kind of way, but it's like right now, let's say,
because I'm sure girls use their sexuality.
Okay. No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So let's say,
and vice versa.
If I'm paying Beyonce, right, you know, for something,
right?
I won't say Beyonce. I don't want to have that.
Yeah. Be careful.
Yeah. Okay. If I'm paying someone who is not Beyonce, but of that type of stature, right, and I'm paying them for a service and we end up, having sex.
Right.
You know what I mean? Does that mean that I no longer have to pay them for the service?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
only
does that
they
mean that I
offer
get
it.
that?
They
No,
offer
no.
that.
I'm saying, does that mean I get that verse free now? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
or the concert is free? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you gonna go out here and and do all of that?
So they make all the
come on,
money.
we fucked last night.
Right. So now you make all the money from the concert, and they don't get anything.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this sounds like I really got fucked.
So they gonna
like,
use the images to get bookings.
Yeah.
And now, so they should pay for the service.
Of course.
Pay for the service.
No,
Pay for the service.
it's
That's
like
Box or not, pay for the service.
It's
That's
like
law.
it's like don't leverage your pussy to any service.
Say that again. Drop that gem again.
Don't leverage your pussy to any service. And I have a daughter. I have one daughter.
Okay.
I would never teach my daughter to leverage your pussy to a service. And here's what I told a girl that that you really have in this industry, especially as a woman. You have sex appeal, generally. No, not generally, all the time. You have sex appeal, you have money, and you have time. That is the standard to most industries. And you want to fill up that box with sex. But imagine if your sex appeal is only how sexy you are. That's it. But when you walk on a set, the person going to say that they want to fuck. And if you don't let them fuck, then bitch, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's all that you have, So in sex appeal, like I said, that is like more so attraction and likability. You know what I mean? That's where it really falls into this industry. Because it's really how appealing you are to your audience. You could be very sexy, but not actually appealing. Your audience cannot care to translate that to want to do things for you, Right. And then, of course, you have time. If you have a lot of time, then you're going to make it in pretty much any industry because you have the time, more time than anybody else. That's why a person could say, like, oh, I slept on someone's sofa and then I was rich. But you slept on someone's sofa because you wasn't taking your time out to work every fucking day so you could build the craft. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Like, so you have more time, And then the other person has money, So because you have money, this allotted you certain things. So you didn't need as much sex appeal. You didn't need as much time because you had money. You didn't need to stay there and learn how to mix. You paid the nigga to mix. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you didn't need to learn how to vocal produce. You paid the nigga to vocal produce. I come in the studio 3 hours, my song's done. You know what I mean? Where other niggas in the song for a month, but he needs that, So if they're all three like a triple seesaw. And if you don't have one, you need more of the other. If you don't have this, you need more of that. So I think that when girls see certain things, it's like, if a girl only has sex appeal and she doesn't have money and she doesn't have time, then she's going to try to leverage her sex, to the shoot, and that's what she's going to do. She's going to leverage her pussy, but it only means that she doesn't want to spend the time, right? And time falls into sacrifice and dedication. That all falls into time because you can't just have free time,
right?
So she doesn't want to sacrifice and dedicate, so she'd rather. Can't I just fuck somebody? You know what I mean? Leveraging it to her career.
Right.
And that is a thing that can work. But you don't have to do that if you're going to put up the bread. You know what I mean?
True.
And you don't have to do that if you're going to put up the time and the dedication. Because you could say, hey, I don't got the bread. And sex is not on the table. But is there something that you need that you would do, that you would do a photo shoot for me for?
Right.
You know what I mean? And the person might say, oh, yeah, I need someone to drive me around for the next fucking month. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Or
I need
box
somebody
might be trash too. You gave me some box and I'm still make you pay because it just wasn't worth it.
or that. Because you don't want to be, because then that means that if a girl has good pussy, then she would be afforded more images. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I got you. So, you start managing girls over the past few years, man.
Yeah.
And, one of the criticisms of Facet is Facet takes you, but the relationships don't last long.
Of course.
So that's always been the knock on you, so to speak.
Yeah.
So address that, I'm
not addressing shit.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, nah, I think, like I said, in multiple different ways.
Okay.
So,
do you believe that's
I believe
fair critique?
I believe that that's definitely fair.
Do you care?
No.
Okay.
No.
Speak on it.
Right. Exactly.
Again, I'm not a person. No girl that I've even had thus far has had a written contract. Not one.
Okay.
But then again, I'm not a person that's trying to tie myself to
To
this
somebody.
point in life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No, I don't mind being tied to somebody.
Right.
I do mind being tied to this point in life. You
Right.
understand? So it's like I could address it easily in analogy about it like a relationship. If I get in a relationship with a girl, it is to say that either I believe that she can transcend through where I see my life going, or I have chose to remain at this point in life. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe I don't know where the fuck I want to live, but getting with you now, I gotta decide with your ass. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you're the kind of person that's like, I don't know either. Like, I was dating one model. It was perfect. I'm flying here. You flying here? Where you stay? I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I stay in LA sometimes. I stay here sometimes. You stay here sometimes. We just traveling the world. You know. There are some people that they only want a very stationary place. You know what I mean? So there are some models that you'll manage and they'll get the 4-bedroom house. Let's say that that's their career. Their
Right.
career is at the level of a 4-bedroom house
Right.
and a pool, right?
Right.
And they're like, yeah, this is comfortable. I like it here, you know? And I'm like, thinking about owning this city. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's really me, you know?
Yeah.
And the potential, and the only reason that I would have even gathered these models to it is because I felt like you could run with me as far as I'm going to run. But sometimes you see, damn, you got tired. But if you got tired, it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop running. You know what I'm saying? So we clash heads a lot, but I'm clashing heads because I'm running side to side next to their potential. You understand? And they're back here next to their comfortability. But I don't give two fucks about your comfortability. I'm not looking for you to be comfortable because this is work. The fact that we enjoy it more than anything else is dope, but a lot of these models, to their discredit, have not came from 9-to-5 jobs.
True.
You know? And so they don't understand what it really means to get up, have to do your makeup and hair like everybody else in the world, and then go drive an hour in fucking traffic, and then work for another motherfucker for 8 hours, then drive another hour back, and then cook some dinner for some fucking body, you know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
find some fucking dinner for yourself, then go to bed and prep yourself for the next day. They don't have that life. So when they gotta get up and do their hair and makeup and take a picture, they upset. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck are you upset about? You know what I mean? Like, you have the opportunity to surpass all of these people in life. So I'm running next to their potential, and I only tied myself to them thinking we can go this far faster, because people do take to women faster than they take to men.
Right.
If a woman said in this society, right or wrong, the same things that I said right now, she would be remarkable for saying them in this industry.
Right.
If you heard a model say exactly what I said tonight, you'd be like, she is fucking amazing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I oftentimes say, because I know that they'll listen to you, and the reason why that is, it doesn't mean that they're not bright. It means that they really don't have the time to address that. You know what I mean? Or to even think that in depth about most of those things. But I say, if I could put this through you, it would do all of this. And we agree on these things, and they don't end up playing out. And so we end up getting in big fights tied to that potential. But no model is going to say, I don't work with him because he was cheating. You know what I mean? Or I don't work with him because
so everybody money been right.
Interest. Yeah, no.
Right.
Nobody.
And they make a lot of money.
Nobody is going to say that I owe them $1 because everybody knows I would more so say, you know what, you keep it because I don't want you to think that I owe you no dollars. Like, I don't want you to think I owe you shit. You know, because honestly speaking, I'm really old even to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever say, I feel like a snail mentions that on me checks. When you put that much time into a person, you know, and you know that they're going to eat for the rest of life off of this, they still owe you. You know what I mean? Like, even American Idol, you go on American Idol, you're going to have to pay them for some years.
Yes.
After going on the show, whether you make it or not.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they gave the platform. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They hold,
a lot of people don't know they leave record labels, or I'm over here at Interscope now, and they don't even know niggas still paying 10% over there.
Points on the album.
Yeah, you got point. You still got points on the album. You know, so so models think that the dynamic is only manager model, and that's what really fucks up a lot of models in the industry, because the dynamic is really manager, model, marketing director, internet platform person, you know what I'm saying, like publicists, all of these people who in turn eat based off of what the model does. So if the model don't want to take the radio show, you know, for instance, and a lot of models will say that they don't want to take a radio show. How do we get you the sponsorships that will only take a person that will take a radio show? You know what I mean? So now all of these motherfuckers can't even work. You know what I mean? Like, they can't even do nothing. What is the publicist publicizing? New pictures of you in the bathroom? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's weird.
He said, what is the publicist publicizing?
I mean, you really got to think of those things. Like, you know, so I think that's where it really falls off on is, you know, all of us came from, you know, different situations, and the models that I came up with are all like sisters to me. You know what I mean? Even the ones that I dated. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a little weird, but
no. It sounds weird. It sounds weird. It sounds weird, but it's not because the thing is that we share a certain camaraderie and a certain story that nobody else will ever have. You know, so we've actually came together from the gutter and came into where the world fucking knows you. And you're in fucking Africa, and nobody in your family has ever been to Africa. But when you landed in Africa, fucking, you know, head person there knows you. You know what I mean? Like, that's a different experience, and you had that experience from the trust that you have in a person, because it takes a lot for a woman to say, I'm gonna move to Los Angeles with this guy that I met a week ago, a month ago. You know what I mean? Like, 2-3 months ago, a fucking year ago. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
to uproot.
Yeah, to uproot and listen to what this guy says. And I am extremely hard on the model that I'm managing. I mean, like, there's no day that you have off. Like, absolutely not.
That's all. Say that again.
There's
so
no
all the
day.
girls that approach you, they know.
There's no day. There's absolutely no day. If you hear her in another state, like, one thing that I established with Miracle was, even a part-time job is 4 hours. So you owe me at least 4 hours a day to your modeling, at least. So that would mean whether that's going over scripts, you in the gym, you know what I mean, you making sure that your makeup was perfect to take the picture. It doesn't matter what it was, where it's allocated to. Because I know that if you put 4 hours a day, every day, you're going to surpass these people just by way of the amount of time that you put into some shit. So, yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. And so that's what you really see. But no, they are like sisters now, because they are all annoying as fuck. They all want something. You know what I mean? Like, and we have like a sibling type of camaraderie, and it's a sibling type of battle between all of these girls, if they say it or not. Like, you know, they love each other. You know, the ones that know each other. You know,
they all don't like each other.
No. The ones that I managed to see, Raven is good with Miracle and Lyra.
I know Kamai and Lyra is cool, because when Leah was here,
Kamai and Lyra, and you know, I mean, a lot of them know each other. You know, not all of them kick it with each other. They have different lives and stuff like that. But again, it's not. It's like certain things about each other that you know now. You know what I mean? Like, and certain things that you share. You know, certain pressures nobody else knows. Certain people, your circles are always going to be the same. You know.
So, you know, you spoke about the models and, like, you know, the camaraderie and things like that, and I kind of wanted to ask if that was almost like a stepping stone, because you work with all these models, you build these relationships with them, and then you went ahead and started the Facet Lingerie line. So, you know,
Shout out to the Facet Lingerie line.
it to me would be not easier, but a great platform that you can have these models that you work with, and obviously new models as well.
That's the problem in the industry, though.
What?
It's so hard to get people to understand that it's not a battle between everybody. You know what I mean? So you could have people that you came up with this whole time, and they still think it's a battle. You know what I mean? Like,
hold on, did you finish the questions, King?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what,
like,
you know,
if that helps.
Right, exactly. We're starting a
and
lingerie
you would think
line.
that it would.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the where it helps me is only in the notoriety, because it's like when you see ideas of mine, even when I manage people, and they know it because I'll say this to their face, you know, when I manage people, it's fucked up to me, like, that we've gone through the same things that I've told you. And I mean, stories that, man, crazy stories. You know what I mean? Like, but it's fucked up to me that I've gone through stories of not just being a manager, but an older brother, you know what I mean? Sometimes a boyfriend, a father figure, you know, security to every single last one of them. Ask any of them. They've been in the city with me and they've ever been touched. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would never be touched. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever. Like, if like I can handle my own, and I know everybody in the fucking city.
So
you know
Facet got hands?
Yeah, I got hands like a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you this.
Don't get
Yeah,
I say the nigga little he's slim. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you this. If anybody watching this podcast ever even thinks
Want to catch the fade?
if
Wanna
they,
catch
if
the
they
fade.
want to get the
Hold
first
up.
hit off, that will be the hit, that only hit that you get off. No.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna tell you something. Miracle no,
Okay.
Tori no, Raven knows.
Okay. And not towards them.
No, anybody else. No.
I want to be clear. I want to be clear.
Of
Yeah.
course not towards them.
Right.
We've had just crazy stories. You know,
Right, I got
Lyra
that.
and I was in Curacao. Tori was with me. Fucking 5 goons come in the room, and she was like, "That's so crazy. You didn't even
Tori
flinch."
Burks?
You know, yeah.
Right.
I'm like, cause what the fuck that mean? You know what I mean? Like, nigga, I'm from Compton. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, so I think really 3 things. Like, number one, if you gonna shoot me, you would have to be at the right range to shoot me. You know what I mean? Like on my kids, I pull guns out of people's hands. I've done that. You know what I mean? So that don't mean nothing to me. You know, to wrestle for a gun, it's not gonna scare me.
Right.
If you that
Now
far-
you're not looking forward to doing these
no,
things.
of course. But I'm
Right.
cognizant of these things
Right.
because of where I come from. You know what I mean? So if you come from a place like that, when I'm in Beverly Hills, I'm still cognizant of my surroundings.
Right.
It's like you right now, any of us.
Right.
When we know when a fight breaks out somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we know before it breaks out.
Yeah.
We know the nigga with the mean look that was
Yeah.
walking too
Yeah.
fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh shit, where is he? All right, my nigga, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so you become cognizant of certain things. You know, I've been, you know Compton Menace?
Yeah.
Okay.
The rapper.
Compton Menace could tell you a story about at Compton High. You know what I mean? Just like how I was, because it was niggas there trying to jump me. Was it ever me and anybody else? Never. You know what I mean? Like, I've always like ran solo. Like, even though, but I have 6 older brothers. You know what I mean? So you get roughed up through your house and grow up in the streets and all that kind of shit. You know, even though we had a nice house, you're still in the midst of. I stayed in Watts early '90s, South Central during the riots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't grow up not seeing shit. And then when I was in Compton, I'm in Compton all high school years and all of that. You know, so, you know, I have all of that. And then you have to think that I'm around a lot of dudes, girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, for real.
Mr. Still your girl.
Right.
Nah.
But you know niggas
Nah.
niggas be insecure and all that.
Yo,
other shit.
niggas be insecure, and I done had a lot of crazy situations.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I done had some real crazy situations.
Yeah.
But Blasting Game was there for one of them. You know,
Okay.
again, ask them if I'm a flinching type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm really a planning type of person. If it's one dude, I'm like, okay, my stance is already, you know, I really fight. You know what I mean? I box, you know, like karate, all that shit, and I street fight.
Right.
So I don't use no fucking karate. I don't use no fucking karate
You use
or
crazy.
boxing in
In
a
the
fight.
street fight.
No. It's like I'm technically sound, so I know how to stand. I know how to
Right.
not fall on the ground, and you know what I mean, stupid
Right.
shit like that. But I'm not coming up like, yeah, my niggas, y'all ready? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid. You know, so no, that's not gonna happen. But no, Blasting Game was with me in a scenario like that. Tori was with me, man, in Miami, and I got into it with all these soccer players in the club, you know.
Okay.
And I felt
Over her?
Yeah, no. It was over just feeling like a nigga be trying me, you know.
Okay.
And to my discredit, you have to have more professionalism in this industry than what I showed that night. But I was like, it was like 5 or 6 of them, but one dude that said something crazy to me, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know, basically like, I'll fuck all y'all up in here, you know what I'm saying? But but it's just me, you know.
Right.
But I'm so, you know, adamant about it that the security, like, I'm not like all right.
Right.
I'm like hey, yo, my nigga, I'll fuck all y'all up in here, you know.
Right.
And the security came over there, you know, and he basically calmed us down. So I'm like, adrenaline flowing right now, you know, because I really had a whole plan, you know.
Right.
The soccer players are a little bit, they have stamina,
Yeah.
but they're normally not big, you know. So I was like, I'm finna toss this nigga into the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like, I had a whole plan. Like it sounds funny, right?
Yeah.
But but if you ever
plans his face.
yo. If I really do, but like, I really do. But I honestly think that that's the reason why I fight better though, because I never fight like upset. Like I said, my adrenaline was flowing. I'm not there. I know exactly where all of the niggas you came here with. I know where they're standing. You know what I mean? I know that they're standing up on the sofa popping bottles. So I know when I throw this nigga into you, these niggas is going over the back of that sofa, and now we just rumbling in the club.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now y'all not, oh gang, get them. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gonna have to fight my fight now. You know, and fighting against a lot of people, all I gotta do is keep swinging. You gotta swing on me and not hit your homeboy, and you know what I'm saying, and try to grab me, but your homeboy grab, like if a nigga grab me, like if you're fighting multiple people and someone even touches your shoulder, what are you doing? You've been yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so everyone around you gotta be afraid. You know what I'm saying? But you're not coming towards anybody. You know, like you're not, you know what I mean? Unless you know that you got somebody, you know, this nigga on the ground and that kind of shit, you know. But anyway, so that happened, my adrenaline's high. I had a whole plan for that. I go to the front of the club. Tori followed me to the front of the club. She's mad at me, you know?
Right.
So I don't know if she bumped the girl or not, but the girl said that she bumped her. Tori gets into it with the girl.
Okay.
Long story short, the security guard stands in the middle of
Tori didn't back down?
No. Tori is from Mullen, South Carolina, dog.
Okay,
She
shout out to Tori.
Shout out to Tori.
DJ Tori.
DJ Tori is a very pretty girl, but don't try to fight Tori. She could fight.
Okay.
You know, like,
she got hands too.
No, Tori has hands.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Tori got hands. Lyrica fight for real.
I believe that because Lyric from Philly, right?
Lyrica fight for real.
Lyric got hands.
Yeah, Lyric got hands. Miracle can fight. Miracle.
Well, how do we get on this
Miracle
subject?
is
I
just
love it,
strong.
though. Go
I don't know.
ahead.
Yeah. Miracle's just strong. You know, Raven is not really confrontational, but I know that. Like, I would be afraid if Raven grabbed somebody.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like, but
so
anyway.
they got no problem taking off the heels, catching the fade in the club.
No, I don't think. I mean, they know. Well, Lyra be wanting to catch a fade. I don't know why, you know. But everybody else be a little bit more, you know, relaxed. And then, but no, it's just crazy. Like we got into it. Like Tori got into it. The girl grabbed grabbed Tori's phone. Security guard grabbed the phone, but Tori didn't see that.
Right.
So Tori and the girl get into it. Next thing I know, there was like a gay dude there and another girl. And you know, the gay dude is like, but to me, this is still a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the reason why I say there's a gay dude is a lot of gay dudes feel like because they have those mannerisms that it's cool for them to jump in.
Oh, yeah, with a girl fight.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's not cool.
But some do feel like that type of way. You know, not saying all, but some do feel that type of way. So you know, like, bow. Now, it's a weird situation because I have a talent, so my main thing isn't to even let her beat up the person. I got to break this up.
Right.
But before I could break it up, Tori's dragging this girl, like, across.
Oh, she caught the fade.
Tori's dragging this girl, like literally just, like, dragging her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so the security tries to get them to stop, and he pushes both of them, like, for, you know, trying to push them both to the ground. Mm-hmm. And that was just the wrong thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the security's like, he's maybe like 6'7", like at least like 260 something, like a big dude.
Gotcha.
So like, what's going on in my mental is I have extremely strong legs. Like, and that's what's going on in my mental. I'm much stronger than I look.
Right.
Shout out to the way that I grew up. My mom and dad, they had like a big library and shit. We used to have to carry like wet books and shit, like over the shoulder. We had to lift cars, all of that kind of shit. So like, imagine somebody growing up on a farm. They could be skinny, but you don't know that they're strong, but they have like a brute strength, you know? So I knew from fighting, I was like, okay, I pushed the dude and like, still being cognate. I'm like, if I push this nigga and he don't move, it's gonna be a real fade in this club. Like we really gonna be fighting. You understand? We really gonna be fighting.
Right.
And mind you, I seen a dude sock a Samoan security guard one time, and the Samoan dude, he just
Samoan dudes.
Yeah, the dude was walking back slow.
Big dudes. They traditionally a big dude. Rock.
All of that nigga's teeth out.
Yeah.
You know, one punch, bow.
Yeah.
All that nigga's teeth is gone. So anyway, so I'm like, if I push him, he don't move, it's gonna be a fight. You know? So I push on my back leg and I go, you know, yike, and he flies back, like at least from here to this wall.
Right.
You know,
I got you.
because we're in a closer corridor like this, right? And he goes to push me back.
Right.
And I'm like, if I move,
it's gonna be
a fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I kept on the same back leg, and when he pushed me, he couldn't push me. You know? So now the rest of the security guard are coming up, but when the rest security guard was coming up, they saw that.
Right.
You know, club security would try to jump your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
Like
Every time.
when the rest security guard come up, they saw that, and it was just a weird thing. Like none of the security would come close to me because I was like I was like,
He was braced.
no, I was like, no, I was like, I'm ready to like really fight now, and the big security was like, chill, like so he went from trying to push me to saying chill, and then they brought all of us in like the office and paid us, and they never booked us at that club again. But that was actually Club Dreams in Miami. That was like a crazy. I had some little wild.
Shout out to my nigga Golden Boy, man.
Yeah, I had, you know Prince in Miami. His name is Prince, but he does like a lot of parties out there.
You know,
he was there.
Now
that
off the
night.
top of my head.
Yeah, he was
You know
there.
him, Emma? Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, we got into that story and kind of got a little sidetracked.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
side.
But it's all
But that's
good.
just in case a nigga ever tried.
Right.
He reiterating that. That's
Disclaimer.
law.
I'm
Disclaimer.
good. These hands really work. And the thing is, I'm not as famous as I want to be yet. So I can get that off one more time. You know what I'm saying? Before, you know, they not licensed and nothing. I ain't gonna get that much in trouble. Okay.
But yeah, so you know, you do the photography thing, you do numerous things. You got the Facet lingerie and everything. So what's the ultimate goal for Facet Studio? Because you've been doing it a while, and I heard you talk about your vision by 35 and things like that.
Mhm.
But what's the goal for the Facet Studio, the Facet brand?
You know, I feel like we're all in such a unique predicament now to change history really forever.
Mm.
And whether or not everybody sees that, and sometimes, like Jay-Z said, it took him his whole career to be able to make 444, to be able to talk about that without having so many, you know, people at a part of the project that could tell you that you can't talk about it,
Right.
you know?
Right.
That where we are in culture now is extremely important to where we will be as a people. You understand?
Mhm.
So, for instance, what I see when I see Facet is a conglomerate of industry change in general.
Okay.
And I think that a lot of that happens through beauty because people see beauty and they're attracted to it. But when you see that beauty, you're still undertone of selling them something, you know? So when you go like to places like London, fashion models are the thing, right? And when you go to those same type of places, it's been under the same rule forever, you know? So you won't aspire to be like the people of our color in London, you know what I mean? You'll aspire to be like the white, skinny fashion models. And that's not a problem, but it is a problem if you're only aspiring to be that because it's the only thing that you see.
Or
you know?
no. Right.
Or no, yeah. So you're actually being marketed that a culture, a way of life, or a certain style of dress is better than you. You know what I mean? And I'm just tired of people marketing like that, you know? And so that's where I think has a lot to do with what I do. So I can't really say that there's an end goal because, again, I try to transcend through a lot of different avenues. But I think that those different avenues, whether or not people see it, have a huge effect on the culture. Over the last couple of years, you will see a lot more shows with people of our color.
Mhm.
You will see a lot more people of our color on major magazines.
Mhm.
And
Shout out to China. We should get Vogue.
yeah,
Well,
but
I
you
remember
know what
I always saw
though?
that.
You know what though? That's a stepping stone
Right.
in it though.
Right.
But again, fuck Vogue.
Right.
You understand? And
Okay.
you know why? Because is China truly the representation of our culture?
Mm.
Even though I fuck with China,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, and it's amazing for her.
Right.
But the fact that you can't get on a Vogue unless you are China, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, to the culture says something. Because why isn't the Issa Rae on Vogue? You understand? Like,
Right.
and it's not to say that China and Issa Rae can't both be on Vogue. But here's the thing: if you were of a different color,
Uh-huh.
you could be both. You could be
Right.
the wild, you know, rebel white dude or girl and get the cover of it, you know, the major magazine. And you could be the wholesome everyday American and be, you know, to get that same cover. But with us, you can't be. You have to be wild to get those placements. You know what I mean?
Associated with a Kardashian.
That-
Or associated with a
Right.
Kardashian,
Right.
or associated with a Kardashian so we can show the mainstream media that what they would get from us is still wild. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is kind of like, that's a little weird. But you know, when I think about it, you know, it's the game that that things are in. And again, you know, just to say, like, China is a very driven person, and I feel like that's the real reason why you see her on covers of Vogue and stuff like that. So it isn't a thing about China. It's a thing about, is that all you see? You understand? Like, and that's why I don't say fuck China, fuck Vogue.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, 'cause I was talking about Yahoo the other day.
Because Vogue don't know nobody else to go to but China.
That's the problem.
point. I know.
That's the whole problem.
I ain't gotta do that.
And you
gotta
only
go.
and you
with
go to
incredible
China.
accent for that.
You go to and that's the problem. You know, and you go to China, and even on the thing, you know, you go to her by way of her Kardashian association.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
how
like,
they know her. Yeah, they didn't know who
like,
she
what
was.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But China boosted all of them Kardashians and their notoriety in our world. It's
In
kind of
our
like
community, right.
when Kanye West says what he says about Taylor Swift. Well, who the fuck Yo Color knew about Taylor Swift?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but who the fuck Yo Color don't know about Taylor Swift now?
Right.
Even if they don't know what she looked like, they Taylor Swift.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because I don't know.
So, and what? Well, lastly, before we officially close you out, because
Lastly.
you was talking a lot of good things, and I like the story. I know there's more where that came from, but
too many stories. Too many stories. We hear too many days.
What advice would you give to any upcoming photographer and models? I mean, people feel like, you know, you've been in the industry a while, you notice
You the
things,
guru,
and you're
right.
very meticulous, I can tell,
Yeah.
with this whole thing. So what kind of advice you would give them?
The main advice I would give to anybody is understand that everything has business at the end. So business would be the final thing to remember. It should always be present in your head. You know, so when a model is going to do a shoot, you shouldn't be thinking about a shoot, you should be thinking about modeling business. And now you're thinking, what is the business of why I'm doing this shoot? You know, so now I can't judge the execution of this shoot unless I know the purpose of it. And the purpose equals business. And the same thing with a photographer. So the main thing in business that you would have is plan. And that is the main thing that I see in every model that I talk to. They say, oh, I want you to manage me. And I say,
Break it down.
I say, why?
Right. And they can't answer it, right? They
What
want
do you
you
wanna
to
do?
do all the work.
I say, what do you want to do? Well, I want to
Be like Bernice.
Yeah. But you
does that
don't.
mean?
You have no clue. You know,
Yeah.
you don't really have a plan, and you don't have a plan because you honestly don't have a goal. So get a goal, and get a plan, and then you'll know photo-wise on the photographer end and on the modeling end, especially does this photo fit the plan and the overall goal. And when a model is paying, the photo should fit the model's overall plan and goal. And she really should only work with photographers that it also will fit their plan and goal, because then she'll get more, you know, out of it. But if the model is not paying, then she really should only be doing shit that's going to fit the photographer's plan and goal. But she, again, is secondary, but should get something out of, you know, that scenario. So I would say that other than that, you're just shooting willy-nilly. You're going to have a whole bunch of pictures in every fucking outfit that's in your closet. Nobody's going to fucking care about any of them. And you'll never get any further. You'll just expend a lot of money, a lot of time for some niggas to slide in your DMs. And honestly speaking, you could have just acted like you was playing with your pussy on one video and the same niggas would slide in your DM. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that, you know, that's not going to do nothing with nobody.
Honesty.
So before we wrap up, though, man, is it? We got a couple people. Anybody got any question for Facet? Anybody?
All right, any questions?
Any questions?
Are there any questions there?
Any questions? You smiling, Charlie? You want to ask him something? Anything you always wanted to know?
Hello, Charlie Bob Marley.
Ah, you knew who she was.
Of
course
Recognition.
Of course I know who she
Branding.
is.
Charlie,
he
any questions?
He kind of answered a lot
Yeah,
that I was
yeah,
thinking.
definitely.
Okay.
See, but even her, look at her. Like she's like there's two types of models. And I'll leave with this. Okay. There's a model like Charlie,
Okay.
and then there's the exact fucking opposite.
Okay.
And most models get very confused because they want to be Charlie,
Mm-hmm.
but they want the respect, or what they've been told is the respect of a model that's totally fucking opposite, right? So, in saying that, like for instance, if Have you been to H&M?
Yeah.
Do you know any model that's on any ad of H&M?
Isn't Jordan Smalls on H&M? Oh no, that's Victoria's Secret. Never mind.
Jordan Smalls is Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, sorry, wrong girl.
Yeah.
But no.
Okay. Can you name me 3 Victoria's Secret models?
Not anymore. I used to.
Just think of how many models have modeled for Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you name me 3?
Tyra, Naomi.
Well, now.
Was
I think
Tyra
it's over,
a Victoria's Secret model?
She's modeled for
She
them.
modeled for
Oh,
Victoria's
okay, nah,
Secret.
okay,
Yeah.
no,
But
okay.
Victoria's Secret has branded models,
Okay,
like
okay.
Candace, like Joanne Smalls, like, you know what I mean,
Okay.
like. But and even if you throw Tyra in there, the fact that it would be about 10 that you could count, you
Right.
know, but they've had fucking tens of thousands of models.
Right.
Those companies gather you to not be an individual. You know what I mean? To not be known.
Part of
They-
the assembly line.
Exactly. And it's not bad.
Right.
The thing is that if the audience recognizes you too much and you have
Right from
a
there.
porno out, right? No, for real.
Right.
What does it say about now Victoria's Secret? You
Right.
understand? Like, so if we brand you, if you're a branded model and you have something that you do like that, this is bad on Victoria's Secret. So now our shares and our marketing are tied into a person
Right.
that we'll never do that, you know.
Ooh.
So what we're going to do is we'll cast models and pay to get agency models, but agency models are really going to cattle call the models. That's really what cattle calls are, because they're going to put you, 5 non-blonde hair, okay, we'll put you on the page of all 5 non-blonde hair. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
5 non-blonde hair size 4, oh, you're on page 3. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and so Victoria's Secret or other agencies like that, you know, when they cast for agencies, they're, we need 10 models, brunette, da da da. Okay, this is the page. Oh,
One
we like
black
her,
girl. They always ask
yeah,
one black
one
girl.
black girl. Yeah. But again, marketing wise, right? So if your aspirations are for that, just by way of looking unique, you're not going to get that. You know what I mean? Now, so if a person like you would have to have a totally different aspiration in knowing that you're really marketing yourself to not fit into brands and to be Charlie Bob Marley in everything, you know? So you're really placing yourself in a realm of Charlie Bob Marley wherever you are, you know? So, I mean, think about it. The person that plays, and that person, it's harder to be because, of course, jobs aren't adamantly casting that person. Who's looking for that person? No one's looking for that person. They're looking for the 5'9" girl. Da, 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 da.
You got to create your own lane.
When you create the name, then they will look for the name, but they look for the name to push the brand. But those are 2 different types of models, you know? So some models will say, oh, she's not a Victoria's Secret model. You don't even fucking know what it means to be a Victoria's Secret model. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that means that yes, this is this is an accomplishment of sorts, but the height to the accomplishment is that you worked for another company. You know what I mean? Like, is Kim Kardashian a Victoria's Secret model?
Absolutely.
Is any fucking Victoria's Secret model worth what Kim Kardashian is worth?
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, but she can't be a Victoria's Secret model because she's so individually
Yeah, her brand. Yeah.
unique as far as a brand. You know,
Right.
so but at that point, you could still mesh with those same companies, and that's when, like you see Beyonce with H&M, that's when they will use your look and your brand to push what it is that they're doing. So before, they're just using your look for the clothing. We don't want to even see you, you know, like we just want to see
Right.
product. We don't want them to remember you. Then once you're big, we want to tie the product to you, you know.
Right.
So a model like you, that would be important later on. And it's a lot of disappointment that you're going to get in this industry because of that. You know, like, for instance, if I was casting right now for my lingerie, I would not look at Charlie Bob Marley.
Okay.
She is fine as fuck.
Right.
I would not look at her because people would say, damn, she fine as fuck, and they not paying attention to my lingerie.
Oh.
You understand? Now, when my lingerie has a certain platform, and it doesn't even have to be far from now, I could easily say, yeah, I'm going to use Charlie Bob Marley in a piece, but I'm not using her because I'm selling the lingerie. I'm using her because the idea of her in the piece not being the traditional thing will fuck people up. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so it's a totally different reasoning, but that reasoning isn't common. You know what I mean? Like, it's very rare. The common is this, you know, so that's pretty
Okay.
much it.
So tell the people how they can get in contact with you.
You can't
You know,
get in contact with me, that's the whole thing now. It's hard now. Boy.
Well, tell the girls how they can stalk
Good thing
you.
I knew you from the jump.
Tell the girls how they can
If a
stalk
girl
you.
want to book a shoot with you, or if a girl wants you to manage them,
I mean,
how do they go about
everybody
it?
checks their DMs. Yeah, I mean, I tried to check mine. You know what I mean? Depends on kind of wild pictures. No. Seriously,
So-
everybody checks their DMs. You know, I still keep a very public number for my assistants and stuff, so they weed through a lot of people, but a lot of people still have that number. You know, so that's another
Okay.
thing. And emails is like what I'm really trying to really. I like being, you know, ear to the street, but it's kind of like saying, tell me how I would get in touch with Diddy. You understand? And the reasoning why is because if you have aspirations to be where Diddy is or surpass that level, then you have to start setting up the platform the same way. I can't deal with the day-to-day problems of every motherfucker. Every motherfucker think they're special as fuck.
Right.
You know, for real, everybody you come across, walk in a Gucci store or any store, walk in a fucking taco stand there for an hour. See how many people, see how many people you will see arguing with the lady selling them tacos. Just because they think they special. This lady knows tacos, been selling the same tacos. Bitch, this shit burnt. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me, miss, and someone, is this taco? You know what I mean? Like, you'll see it all the time. You'll see a bunch of arrays of different personalities. So what I've learned is that my time is more valuable than I have been giving it credit for. And that I had to start just taking myself away from people pulling away from me this time. And one of those things is people contacting you because by the time
That's love, man.
because I pay my assistant, you know what I mean, you know, just a set rate, and basically I know that by the time my assistant tells me something, it's money. So at that time, the time that you're taking is money. You know what I mean? Like for my assistant weeding through this, that's a base pay. You know what I mean? That's like, no, and I
Not
get weird,
interested.
and I get weird calls too. 'Cause
Yeah, I was just
as a manager, my number is a lot of places, or has been a lot of places, so I get calls. Hey, hello, is this Lara? You know what I mean? Like,
Kind of creep shit.
yeah, like real creep shit. So like, and I don't want a person even talking to me until the deposit is in. Like, no, like for anything. Like, if one of my if somebody that I know is hosting, I don't want to fucking speak to you until they put down the deposit. Now, once they put down the deposit, now you're afforded a certain level of respect and time and all of that kind of thing. But other than that, motherfucker will get any damn thing out of you and never share a dime with you. They'll sit there and soak up every fucking ounce of everything you have. And like, once you sit, and you know what I said to somebody? I said, if you're not willing to put money down for my craft, then why am I talking to you? There's a lot of people that are, you know, that I'm talking to the wrong person. If you think that my time is only worth this, if you say right now, I charge $100 for that, and a person says I give you $25, what the fuck did they just now say about you?
Right, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
worth the conversation. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, disrespectful.
Yeah.
For real.
So, Skid, you gonna DJ my party for $50? Fuck that.
Yeah. And that's what I say about people getting paid. Like people.
No,
that
that's
work my-
Skid's really
listen,
got
people
it.
that
But
work
no,
my-
but dead ass.
Yeah.
Like, I had a fraternity brother try to book. He want to book me for
A fraternity, bro.
Labor Day weekend. So I try to give him the best price I could. He said he wanted like 2 hours. I said, all right, just give me $250. I'm cool. He
Right.
said, yo, we open till 4 that day. You know what I'm saying? Can you just do an extra hour for the $250? I said I can do it for even $300 off the shield.
Right.
He said, you know, things are kind of tight. Can you do it for $275? Nigga, what the fuck is you doing with that extra $25?
Yo.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That is hilarious.
Dog, I said, listen, if your shit is tight, bro, go find somebody else because I'm not taking $275 when you can give me $300.
Hey, but
What you doing?
but even that though, see, that lets you know the mentality of certain people, because there was somebody that told me, like, at a time when the girls booking was like $3K.
Right.
I was like, yo, it's $3K.
Yeah.
Right.
They like, oh, can she do 25? That's
Right.
expected.
Right.
You know, I expect everybody to try
That's
to bargain.
negotiable.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right, yeah.
I expect everybody to try to bargain lower,
Right.
even if it's not negotiable.
Right.
Then you come back and say, no, it's not negotiable. Okay,
Right.
cool. But that's expected. When a nigga come back and the number that we got to, no,
Oh.
it was either 2,900 or
Oh.
2,950.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
come on,
So
man.
my point was, So you don't mind paying the whole couple grand. You just don't want to pay that last $100?
It's stupid, man.
You're the kind of person that we're going to land in the city and be chasing you for the whole backing.
back,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, so, or we going to be in a rink dink hotel, or
Right.
your mom going to pull up to make a sub, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. There's too many nods there, but nah. No, I just, you never had a flashback of some shit that happened?
Yeah, because I know
Yo,
how it go. Yeah.
I ain't gonna keep y'all. Yo, being Lear was in Detroit.
Please tell us last
Yo,
Go ahead.
being Lear is in Detroit.
The first
And this
mistake
shit-
was you took the book into Detroit, fam. Detroit. Yeah. Detroit trick lean on you for the taxes.
No.
No, they-
And then that's another thing, dog. Like, and all due respect to people in their cities and the things that they run, but it's not respectful for another man to see the grind of another man and feel that they have anything to do with a man on
gotta pay your
a
taxes.
taxation to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel a certain way, and you know what's so wonderful? I've been blessed in a way that people see that and they recognize that about me. So I've never had a person come at me like that. They
Right.
always come at me very hospitable, very cordial. But I'm the same way, and I just, you know, the conversation I had with a person about being very cordial about the people that surround you. So I run with some people that are killers.
Uh-huh.
I run with some people that are aspiring
Allegedly.
killers.
Allegedly.
No, I run with some people that are convicted, got out,
okay.
I done killed some niggas. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like,
Right.
when I was 16, I used to produce for Death Row, right?
Okay.
Dude came to me wanting some beats.
Right.
And I had the hottest beats, you know, right? So I'm producing for like everybody, right? I had the hottest beats. And the dude said, sorry, I was 14, and the dude said, yo, I heard a problem that you had with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know if you know what I'm saying, for some tracks. You know what I mean? So there's always somebody that would do some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
always.
that don't actually
What you
mean
think?
anything. You
Like
know?
50 said, what you think I won't drop the bag?
Yeah.
What you think I won't
Yeah,
drop the
yeah.
bag?
But I think another thing that keeps me blessed and protected is that, number one, I don't move wanting those things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I think that when you look for them, if I go in the club and I'm mean mugging a nigga
Right.
gonna mean mug back. You know what I mean? Like, but if I'm smiling, it's really hard to mean mug a nigga smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, smiles laughing, the nigga, fuck that nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Detroit.
story with Detroit.
Right.
Lyra and I land with, it was a little issue like that with the booking. We land, Lyra land first. They like, we don't know what's up at the hotel. Let's see what's up, right? So I end up like, man, I don't want to hear this fucking, shit.
What you
So
mean
like,
that? Let's
what
see
you
shit.
yeah.
What, send that hotel confirmation before we land, bro.
Yeah, no. And that's crazy though, because sometimes on this road, everything doesn't play out the way that it
I
should
know.
play out.
Trust me, I
you
know,
know.
fam.
So it should play out a certain way. But if you really want to be successful, you have to take those hits. And if you think that you will not take those, hits, then you're an idiot. I have absolutely no problem sitting in coach on a Spirit flight.
Okay.
Nigga, where am I going? That's the real question.
I can't do Spirit. I got like Spirit for love, man.
Let me tell you something. There's some real shit.
Right.
If I'm flying coach on a Spirit flight to go handle some leisure shit, maybe I'm not going to fly coach because that's not leisure.
Right.
If I'm flying coach on a Spirit flight to go to London, and even though Spirit don't fly to London, and pick up 10 grand, nigga, I think in my head like this.
That's true.
Would I sit in this fucking uncomfortable ass seat, you know what I'm saying?
To go get the bag.
To go, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah,
what the
you're
fuck
right.
do you think we've been doing all of these years?
Matter of
I
fact,
would've
I'm flying to Bitch Spirit this weekend.
Let me tell you something. No, on some real shit. On some real shit. On some real shit. Think about it like this. If somebody took 10 grand from you, you would have went at the nigga head and been sitting in a cell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To recoup 10 grand that you know you couldn't even recoup just off of the thought of the disrespect of it.
Right, yeah.
But you wouldn't sit on a fucking plane, you know what I mean?
Oh, for
just to
10K,
go
yeah.
get-
No,
There
I
is
would, to
so
go get the
many
bag.
people that wouldn't. The only time that I understand it is how the perception plays to the reality in this industry.
Right.
So people see you in first class, they treat you like first class.
Right.
Cool. But if you know, man, I'm going to get this motherfucking bag and they finna pay me, 30 grand in Africa for one booking, and they say all
We
that's
gonna
left,
do
my nigga, is a coach flight. And it's
Oh, I'm
24
getting on.
hours that it take to fly
No,
to
no,
Africa.
I'm
Oh, it
getting
don't
that bag.
fucking matter, my nigga. We
Yeah,
coming.
I'm going to get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm going to get
the
it.
fuck that mean? My nigga,
Yeah.
I'm sleeping in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, on the
Right.
sink. Just give me a blanket and I'm cool.
Right.
But that's the kind of grind level. And so when they say people that are like, everybody that is very rich would have experienced something like that. So I don't have a problem with that. Like anybody rich have experienced situations that are beyond your control for one, and situations that like a Tyler Perry has a story where he slept in a car for a year.
Right.
But he's worth $500 million now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that another nigga spent that same year on rent, balling out in clubs and bitches. He probably was in a car stacking bread for these productions that eventually blew. You know what I'm saying? So again, we here in Detroit. Again, land the hotel. I end up saying, fuck it, I get the hotel. I want to hear it come out. All that. I land in Detroit. Still ain't got the hotel. We can't contact the promoter. So then I land super late. Flights layover. Detroit's like one of the hardest fucking places to fly into coming from LA. Right. Nobody flies direct. You gotta go like Chicago or Houston or some shit like that. Right. So when we land, Lyra says, is this the car that's supposed to be picking me up? I'm like, yo, what kind of car is picking you up? It's supposed to be, an SUV or this and the other, And she says, it's a red minivan, right? I said, yo, I said, Lyra, there is no fucking way that there's a red minivan picking you up, right? She said, it's a red minivan. They trying to play me, all that shit, right? So I'm like, all right, just chill. I'm gonna get everything handled, right? So I still couldn't get in contact with the people, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get the SUV, this. Right. Now,
so you paying for this?
I paid for this to get the recoup on it. Right. Now, something that Crystal Renee knows, you know what I mean, is I will get that recoup. You know what I'm saying? There's absolutely no way. I'm at the door and there's a fucking dollar coming into your club and we ain't got our bread. Like, I don't give a fuck who you gotta pay, my nigga. And in Miami, with Crystal, nigga, I shut their whole door down. Right. Any tables coming in is paying me. Listen, I promise you, I'm at the front. There's like, yo, we ain't got the back. We thought the back end was 500. The back end was supposed to be like 1,500 or something like that.
500?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I said, any flea out of South Carolina would tell you this because he's a promoter. He was there. He had to like try to negotiate me shutting they fucking club down. Because I'm like, if y'all want to make any more money tonight, understand this. All I gotta do is cause a big fight in this fucking club. Right. That's the end of y'all money. So if y'all finna fuck up my money, I'm gonna fuck up y'all money too. You know what I'm saying? So if I just dome the nigga at the door, you know what I'm saying, who normally is a weak ass nigga anyway handling the money. Everybody know it's never like a big nigga handling the money. I never know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
The most quietest nigga. He's just good with math.
It's always that one nigga. How much? He be sitting there like this. And I'm knocking this
big
nigga off.
Might go ham, and then you got to fight. But then the night is like,
this big nigga would never be able to catch me. Right. And by the time I vow, first off, I got no pride in a situation like that to keep. I'm doming the nigga at the door to grab the bag, and I'm going. The big nigga gonna have to chase me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but here's the thing. The big nigga ain't finna chase me. He paid $50 for the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but I literally was in their back room where they was counting money. Like, nigga, y'all ain't no money. Anyway, so I get the car. We get to the club. My plan is the exact same thing, right? Like
this in Detroit.
Yeah, this is in Detroit. I'm like, but again, I know people everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So my plan is the same thing. It's cordial first, though. Right. You know.
He said cordial first.
No, it is cordial first because I mean, if you come in rah, niggas just gonna be at odds with you just because, you know. So I always like to say, hey, I tried it this way. You know what I'm saying? So for real. So it was cordial first, but we get to the club. There was me, Lyra, the girls that we came with, 2 bottle service girls, and a DJ. Nobody else was in the club. Not one soul. Nobody even knew that the party was going on, and the promoter is in jail.
Get the fuck
so it wasn't even okay. So that's why things going crazy, right?
Nah, things was going crazy because it was some old shicey shit. And I honestly think that the promoter wasn't in jail.
There's no proof that he was in jail.
But it wasn't like, yo, nigga, we seen their arrest record. You
know? Okay.
It was like everybody's like, oh, the promoter's
locked
up. Yeah,
exactly.
So I mean, what I'm gonna do, like, rob the bottle service girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, but there was some real crazy little stories that happen, and you get into certain cities. And shit does not play out the way that you think it is. Right. And you spend your money, travel halfway across the country, not turn down another booking. It's just that if you think that things are going to happen in any industry the way that you envision them, it's not. To summarize that, if a person works at a 9-to-5 job and they go to the same school and they date the same person and they generally like the same things, they could plan out their day. You know, they could plan out the interactions they have with people. If by way of your business you're in different cities with different people and meeting different people and different cab drivers and different carmen and different flight, you know what I'm saying? Like, your days are going to be fucking bananas. To even get here, I had 3 different plane tickets. I had no idea that they wouldn't ticket me on one. The other flight is too delayed. I got to come to the other side of the airport and land. But by way of that means now I got to get a different car service to come here. Different outfit. Different this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what you signed up for. That's why you get paid more money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's why we got the That's Law interview.
That's
Because you were supposed to be in New York.
No bullshit.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in New York today.
It's funny
how
I
shit
just
work
got
out,
the
right?
text like, your bag may be here. Look, United bag update for file. You know, like,
Yeah.
and I know that's basically saying, nigga, your bag ain't coming till the morning time. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So, man, we heard a lot, man, and,
Yeah.
and I appreciate it because
too much. This was actually a lot of jewels out there.
not for
Nah,
real.
for
Nah,
real,
nah,
yeah.
you
Some people
put-
are going to be some millionaires listening to this combo some years later, like Rich Dad Poor Dad. But I'm listening.
I like that. I like that. And not, but one thing I can see about you is that you definitely a visionary. You think ahead and you got a plan.
Yeah.
My pops always talk about planning and shit like that. Shit is so important, but because it's just a 4-letter word, people just undermine
Right.
Yeah.
the word plan. But this shit is very key. So
Mhm.
definitely doing your thing. So if y'all want to stalk his ass, since you can't really
Oh,
directly
God.
get a contact to him,
Instagram is Facet.
Facet. You know what I'm saying?
Twitter is Facet Official.
Yeah, okay.
And then everything else is Facet Lingerie and Powered by Facet.
Hey, don't call me looking for this nigga. Because I don't know his
you know
number.
your phone was blowing up.
You know,
Yeah,
you know,
man,
but
no
see-
one, because I don't know his number.
But see,
I don't know his
what
number.
I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stop shooting though. You know,
Yes.
after September. You know, so
Okay.
that will be the last time that I'm shooting anything for just the general clients. You know,
Okay.
I may shoot very big projects for that things that artistically push my brand.
Okay.
Outside of that, I'm only going to shoot models for the campaigns for my lingerie. And so I'm starting that off by the pre-orders that I have of the lingerie. We're going to actually go through and pick some models that you probably may have never thought that was a vision of beauty, you know what I mean? And some that you probably would have definitely expected that, and okay, boom, we're going to shoot you, and we're going to shoot you. And so it's like different models will get different shots. That
I'm
will still
casting
be fast
DC.
to work.
I'm casting DC.
You should cast.
We casting DC?
Huh?
We